Welcome.
Welcome to
Stayfhomekins.
Stayfhomekins, the quarantine podcast
By a married couple.
for a married couple. Hope you two are enjoying this.
Wait, what if we have others who are not?
I hope the others are listening.
You mean the movie by Nicole Kidman?
Yes, the movie by Nicole Kidman.
Oh, she made that movie?
That's what you said.
Hi, I'm Janie Haddad Tompkins.
I'm Paul F. Tompkins.
He's a comedian.
She's the rapper. She's an actress. We are married and we're stuck at home.
We're stuck at home because I guess they haven't flattened the curve yet.
Gotta flatten that curve.
In fact, I think I think we're flattening it in the wrong direction. Like at the top of the thing instead of at the bottom of the... Anyway. Hope everyone's hanging in there.
I hope everyone's hanging in there as well. We're hanging in there.
So far we are. We have to count our blessings.
We do got to see those bees. What? It's been an uneventful week for us. Did we do anything?
Well, I had things happen. I auditioned for...
Okay. I thought it was like, the way you said it made me think it's something I didn't know about that you're finally telling me.
No. I finally had an audition for a commercial. Actually ended up auditioning for 3 different commercials in the same ad campaign. Mm-hmm. Through not Zoom, but Blue Jeans.
Which I had never heard of.
Me neither. I had to download Blue Jeans.
I guess the idea is you can meet in your blue jeans.
Is that what the idea is? Because
I don't get it. That's all I can figure.
I know what it is. All I know is I thank goodness we have the whole setup now. We've got like the tripod and the webcam.
We are building a little studio in our home.
We actually we are kind of.
I mean, look, we're just being realistic and trying to...
Not looking good out there. Not looking like things are...
True. But we are, we're slowly putting together our home studio. Yeah. And it's actually, I find that kind of enjoyable.
Well, I was impressed by my own setup today with some of your accessories.
You were smelling yourself.
I was feeling myself. And I was like, okay, this doesn't look bad. I mean, like, I get it. And so I didn't tell you I was saving some of it for the podcast.
I can't, is this what we've come to?
I don't know. It just happened
You're
this
trying
afternoon.
To surprise
it literally
me on air?
Happened 2 hours ago. So
That's true.
Well, I auditioned yesterday, and that was fine. Mm-hmm. For a grocery checkout clerk yesterday. Mm-hmm. Then I got this email of eating my lunch at 1 that was like at 4:30 they want you to read for a dentist. And they want you to wear...
For the role of a dentist.
For the role of a dentist.
A dentist will not be conducting these auditions.
I was distracted by this burn on my arm.
Know.
That's like literally blistering. I just put some medicine on it, but it hurt.
Tonight we had lasagna.
But I didn't make it. I got it at the farmer's market from the lady that sells the frozen lasagnas.
She's a strange lady. She's very small. She's orange. She hates Mondays. But she loves lasagna.
Yes.
And so you were pulling it out of the oven and was it the rack? Was it your arm on the rack?
No, it was the baking sheet.
The baking sheet.
Hit my bicep. I don't know how to describe it anyway, but there's the thin skin on your bicep.
Just so you know, the sun is out here, so the guns are out here.
Anyway, I apologize for my distraction. So then they were
So you were told to read for a dentist, the role of a dentist.
The role of a dentist. I needed a lab coat. Luckily, I live with one of the greatest entertainers in Los Angeles.
One of the greatest entertaining hoarders of Los Angeles.
And I was like, Paul, do you got a lab coat? And he went in the garage, which I'm scared of. And he found one. And then I come to find out in the virtual waiting room, which I'm going to skip all that business because that was unpleasant on a lot of levels, which I don't want to go into.
The virtual waiting room was like the Matrix after you take the other pill. And everybody's in pods of goo.
All I know is like standing in my hot office in front of my hot windows, facing my hot for 40 minutes, like waiting, like in front of my backdrop in my lab coat. Mm-hmm. And so then I find out in the waiting room I'm supposed to also be reading for delivery worker. But this is the part I didn't tell you. Okay. So I've gone through all these role scenarios, yesterday, grocery checkout, today, a dentist and a delivery worker. But then at the end of each role, I was required to stick my face really, really close up to the webcam. Stare it straight in the lens and say, 3 different ways.
There aren't 30 different ways to say it.
3.
Oh, I thought you said 30.
3. I thought you said 30. No, oh my God. Oh my God. And the Oscar goes to... Go on.
We need you to say 30 different
30.
ways.
Well, but technically, because I was doing 3 different roles, was
it's
3
true.
times 3.
Did they have to be different from each other? All 9
No.
uh-huhs? Okay, so
I don't know
you
what
reused some of the good ones.
Listen, all I know is I had to put my face...
Like, are we talking
dangerously,
like just eyes, or are we talking like eyes and nose? Are we talking about...
okay, my chin was the bottom of the frame,
okay,
and then my top of my forehead, not my hair, was
so you're
the top.
You're filling the frame Big Brother style.
Totally,
yeah,
totally. And the silver lining to this all is the feeling of being demoralized happening through a virtual session at home created a sense of normalcy for me. Where I really related to my life pre-COVID, where, I'm schlepping around town,
right, finding
parking, being shuffled around like cattle from different waiting room to different waiting room, being told once I get there to just say 3 different ways, and then going all the way back out to the parking, waiting for a callback.
Wait a second.
Waiting for a callback.
Were there any lines at all?
There was like banter.
Okay.
But that's not going to be in the commercial. It was like sort of like, oh, you've been flossing. But that's not going to be in the commercial. Because here's what's going to be in the...
The main thrust of the commercial was the uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Give me 2 more.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Honey, if it were up to me, the job would be yours.
And here's the other wonderful part. If I book it, and I'm not saying I don't want to, because we got to survive.
That's right, baby.
I got to pay into my health insurance.
That's right, baby.
Whatever. I then get to risk COVID because I have agreed to go to a set somewhere and me and the other actors be the only ones not being allowed to wear PPE on. Yeah. Hopefully no one will be near me. Right. Like they'll be distant. I mean, I don't even understand how it's allowed or yet, but okay.
Yes, I feel that way too. I would imagine maybe it's more of a hope than an imagine. I would hope that they have been figuring out ways to shoot stuff creatively.
So you're far away.
Yes. So that you're not like spitting on each other.
And everyone should be in PPE. that can.
Yes.
And I mean, like, honestly, like, I think I was reading, like, you might have to do, not on this shoot necessarily, I don't know, but that some of the you know, hypotheticals were actors doing their own hair and makeup, which is, like, that's going to be bad for me because...
Why?
I just cannot do a hair and makeup situation. Like,
I disagree.
I can for myself. However,
for camera, you're saying.
For camera, I can, but like if I'm playing a dentist, I don't know how to do my hair like that. That's not how my hair does.
Wait, if you're a dentist, you can probably wear a mask.
I better get to fucking wear a mask.
Hey, what if we have married kids listening to this?
I will say this. But how is the dentist going to say in her mask? You don't think they're going to make me take it off?
I don't know. I don't know.
But if I'm talking to my patient, which supposedly I am, I better be my dentist wears a mask.
Mine too. We go to the same dentist.
Yeah. All right, our dentist first of all, our dentist has... our dentist is located near the CNN building on Sunset Boulevard and has the best view of Hollywood.
It is absolutely a beautiful view. She's on the 10th floor. So
yeah, she's on the 10th floor, kind of facing the Hollywood sign.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's seriously insane.
Yeah.
And then secondly, I love getting dental work that requires nitrous
yes.
so much. And that hasn't happened. I have pretty healthy teeth at the moment, knock on wood. But, of course, after COVID, I'm not going to the dentist for months. Maybe I won't. Okay. Maybe I won't.
I think years ago, I had that, did we? I don't think we knew each other. I had a deep cleaning of my gums.
Oh, you did a whole set on that.
Yeah. And it
was... The red sink. The red sink. Look it up, people. Google it.
Right.
Google it.
I forgot about that. And it was extremely painful and uncomfortable because I had been a dental chicken and I had not taken care of my teeth in 10 years.
Little Feet song.
Dental chicken? Will you be my dental chicken?
I'll be your Tennessee man. Okay, so...
They had to change it because of political correctness.
Wait.
Can't be Dixie chicken anymore, and now it's dental chicken.
Really? Dixie chicken is dental chicken? Well, okay,
so
this
I
was
was
before
told,
our dentist, though. This is a different dentist.
Years ago.
We like
now
our lady.
I take great care of my teeth.
Yeah, Our Lady is nice.
But I was told after that I would have to go to the dentist rather than every 6 months. I'd have to go every 3 months.
They always say that shit.
And so I did for the longest time. Then we moved to New York. We were there for 1 year. And in that year, I did not get it together to set up a dental appointment in New York. And then I got back, and the first dental appointment I had after that, everything was fine.
Yeah.
Because I took care of my teeth.
Well, it's not just that. It's that they're trying to, upsell you.
Everyone's trying to upsell
they're
you
trying
all
to
the time.
So some of the things we didn't get to in the last thing people wanted us to address.
That's right. We left people hanging.
On Unsolved Mysteries.
First of all, I have to say, I walked in on you watching Unsolved Mysteries.
And I made Paul watch one episode with me, which was maybe the biggest unsolved mystery of the unsolved.
Right.
Maybe the most unsolvable of mysteries, of the new Unsolved Mysteries.
But the one you were watching when I came in, it was a classic murder thing. And
that one.
I walked in. I think it was in the morning. You were already hard at it watching.
I started at 8:00 in the morning because
rise and grind.
When I saw that those new Unsolved Mysteries were on Netflix, y'all, I swear to God, so much dopamine entered my brain, and I was like, okay, this is gonna get me through this day.
It was like Christmas Eve.
This day of the
turning all night.
This day of the pandemic is covered, and I'm gonna stave off.
That's right.
Depression one more day.
Yes.
So I went in. Paul was still sleeping, I think, and then eventually woke up at 10 or something.
Okay.
It was like a weekend.
I mean, you go to sleep at 9 p.m.
Well,
So,
you know what? I take care of myself. I take care of myself.
I feel like you're taken care of is what happens.
I'm taking care of biz.
So I come out, you're watching Unsolved Mysteries, some murder story, and I watched with you for a little while.
Yeah.
And I said, how's this mystery? And you said, so far, it's pretty solved.
Well, and then we got to the end of that one, and I was like, oh, here's the mystery. Mm-hmm. It was like the mystery was about something that we already knew who did what.
The mystery was kind of about proving something, which is not really a mystery.
The mystery was kind of about, like, finding somebody, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember that one. That's not the main one that I wanted to focus on.
No, I know. I just wanted to tell that little story about you saying so far it's pretty solved.
It was pretty solved. It was pretty solved. Until the end. Guys, watch the new one. Okay, so then when Paul got ready to be in the room I was in.
It's a whole process.
When he was mentally prepared
to
be around me.
First I get hosed down. They throw the lice powder on me. I'm given my new clothes.
Well, no, then they clip your nails.
What?
Wait, wait a minute. Are you describing a grooming, like a dog being groomed?
No, like entering a prison, like Shawshank Redemption.
I thought you were at the doggy groomers.
No.
Oh, and then they look in your anus.
Hold on. Then they look in my anus. I have to cough. What about a Shawshank Redemption set at a dog groomer?
Wait a minute. First of all, I've never seen Shawshank Redemption. I've only seen parts of it.
I know. It's wild that you've escaped seeing that whole thing.
Oh, but I know. You know what? I feel like I have.
Yeah, you probably have.
You know what I'm saying?
You probably
like
have.
Like it's not. Plus, I think it's the same movie as The Green Mile. Maybe I don't know.
No, it's better than The Green Mile.
Okay,
it is better than The Green Mile.
It's Tim Robbins.
It's fine.
Is it Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, it's Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman.
I like
a great Shawshank cast. Redemption just fine. I haven't seen it in a million years.
That's an amazing cast.
I remember liking it.
Okay.
It's one of those. I think it's like. It's an extremely watchable movie, and that's why it has the reputation that it has. Also, I think TNT
isn't it kind of
aired it around the clock.
Emotional?
Yeah.
It's like about resilience or something, or
yeah.
Okay.
Themes of resilience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember when people were saying,
"What?
Morgan Freeman." What? People started that rumor that Morgan Freeman was dating his granddaughter.
Wait, I don't know why that came up recently.
Because
forgot all about that.
Oh my God!
Yeah, the Morgan Freeman was dating his own granddaughter.
Oh, why would they do that to Morgan Freeman? He's a national treasure. Was it all because there was just like a photo of him with his granddaughter?
I think it was. I think it was like genuine confusion, and somebody like, "Oh my God, Morgan Freeman's dating his own granddaughter."
Why would that be the go-to? Why would that be the go-to?
There's no other way I can interpret this picture.
Like what the?
That's like if you saw the Pietà and you were like, "Oh, they must be fucking."
I don't know what it was, but you know what? Somebody owes Morgan Freeman an apology. And his granddaughter.
Well, that will not be me.
And his granddaughter.
That will not be me.
Because that's like some bullshit right there.
It's true.
All right, anywho, we were watching I was like, so I got to this episode and I was like, it was like about extraterrestrial activity. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Paul, you've got to watch this mystery with me. And so he was like, okay, whatever. I'll do it. And so
I think I just said sure. I don't know why you feel compelled to cast our lives like we're a married couple from a detergent commercial.
I just thought it added a little bit of sauce.
Well,
No.
but I'm here. This is fine if you tell that story that way to someone else. It makes me feel cuckoo.
Cuckoo's already out. Oh, we got fan art with cuckoo. Okay, so anyway.
Did we really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad people can hear the
and
cuckoo.
a fan song. Wait, people. Okay, so anyway, so the extraterrestrial one came on, and I literally had to pause it every 10 minutes of the episode, and the hair on my arms was standing straight up. Yeah. Like, I would pause it, and I'd be like, oh my God, look at my arms. Look at my arms.
It was really affecting you.
And I was like, I could not believe it. Okay? It was so good, number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, terrifying. And number three, definitely real. And I was like, okay, I don't understand how these people have not been interviewed by the government. Period.
Well, I think you know the answer to that.
I mean, somebody needs to get on the stick and like take some of their blood or something and like test it.
What?
Y'all, the COVID vaccine could be in there.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? then their horrible experiences would not have been in vain.
And also, like, I felt really bad for them because the way that when someone is abducted by an alien.
Oh, so just a thumbnail of the story of that one was that there was this essentially a mass abduction that happened in this certain area where separate people who were not connected in any way all reported being abducted at the same time in this one area.
Yes.
There's multiple people, like more people than were just interviewed.
And like miles apart.
Yeah.
Like 3 miles away or something. Yeah. And it was just the most intense thing ever. Like, honestly, it was so emotional for these people because they had this experience that was like not a conventional experience where there's some kind of roadmap or vocabulary around it. And it's the kind of thing where if you were to talk openly about it, people might think that you're like crazy. And
most of these people said that they had suffered that they were ridiculed by people. And
yeah, it's like definitely a trauma that they share. Yeah. And it was like so moving. I just felt, and all the people were so like, they were like grounded, normal people. This was not something, that they were making up or anything. Mm-hmm. Like you could just, I don't know. Anyway, that was going to be my recommendation last week.
A very full-throated recommendation of Unsolved Mysteries.
Well, yeah, because I mean, all of the mysteries are really good. I mean, not good. Some of them, I mean, they all like involve a trauma. I'm just saying it's well done. That's what I meant to say.
How many episodes was it?
There's like 6 of them.
6.
Yeah.
And there's a couple. Is there just one sort of supernatural one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything else involves like a crime.
Because I did not watch Unsolved Mysteries back in the day, and I didn't realize I think my conception of the show was that it was all like Bigfoot stuff, right?
Oh, really?
Yes. I didn't realize that they covered literally any unsolved mystery.
Well, I thought the whole idea of it was that like people would call in with tips.
Right.
Or whatever.
I don't know that I ever got that far into an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
And then they like, sometimes they would solve it because someone would call and say, yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
That's how we have the Loch Ness Monster in the zoo now.
Well, okay, so what's your recommendation? I know we're doing them early.
Well, I will say on the piggybacking on this, Horse Girl, which is a Netflix movie starring Alison Brie.
Yes. We did watch that a while back.
We did watch that. It's a wild movie, and it's really
it was weird.
Yeah, but I think it's worth watching. I really enjoyed
I thought it was riveting.
Yeah, I thought it was really well done.
Like I was into it, but at the end I was like, I don't totally understand this movie, but what can you do?
What movie does anybody totally understand? Right?
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I'm still like trying to puzzle through, Deep Blue Sea.
Is that the one where they dive really deep?
No.
That movie's good with Rosanna Arquette. You know what I'm talking about? They're like deep sea divers.
Is that The Abyss? No. Wait.
Deep Blue, maybe.
The Big Blue.
The Big Blue.
The Big Blue, yeah.
They're like distance divers, right?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
like
I do, but I've never seen it.
But you know when I say distance divers, what that means?
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm really cool. We have to take a break.
Oh, it's time for a break. You guys.
That means it's time for your break, too.
Listen to this wonderful commercial while you're refreshing your weekend water, whatever that may be, whether it's spirits or non-spirits.
Whether you're spirits or non-spirits.
I just don't want to assume that people...
Of course. But let me just say this.
Yeah.
If you're a ghost, don't listen to the show.
If you're a ghost...
I hate to turn away potential listeners. I don't want ghosts listening to this show. And I know this is not something that we've discussed off mic, but I'm saying right now, I hope this is not a deal breaker. I don't want ghosts listening to the show.
I don't like ghosts listening because they can't buy any products from our sponsor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What is this, Coco? Go to the ghost store.
Oh my God, I love Coco. I've seen Coco twice. I've seen Coco. No, maybe I've seen Coco like 3 times. All right.
Wow. All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. When it comes to weekend water, you have a lot of choices. But here's a choice that you really should check out. Have you heard of Usual Wines? Usual Wines are wines for the modern drinker. Usual Wines has solved that problem of opening a bottle of wine and not being able to finish it and then having to dump it down the sink a few days later. They come in a single-serve bottle format. The bottles are incredibly elegant, and they serve a glass and a half of wine each, so you're always having an incredibly fresh glass upon opening. No more flat bubbly, stale rosé, or lame red. But besides being absolutely delicious, elegant, and fresh, these wines are made with minimal intervention, 0 sugar, and 0 additives. That means that Usual Wines are low carb and have 0 grams of sugar. Try your first glass on us. For $8 off your first order, use stayfhomekins at www.usualwines.com. Well,
welcome back.
I hope you enjoyed the break.
I hope so, too. We both hope you enjoyed the break.
So wait. So I told you about my wacky audition. I told you about Unsolved Mysteries. Mm-hmm. You told me about her girl.
No, I didn't tell you about that. That was a recommendation. Let me now tell you.
You said
I'm trying to tell you something about my life.
You said you had an uneventful week, but I don't think that's true.
No, I did work. I worked this week. I did some voiceover for a cartoon in my little blanket fort that I built. In my office. What I did was I got 5 moving blankets, like those heavy moving blankets.
Yeah.
And I got some photo stands. I put them all together. I have 4 walls and a roof.
Yeah.
And it's oddly very comforting to sit in.
It's like you're in a womb.
Yeah, kind of. But it really does. It gives me that feeling of being a kid and having built something and then sitting in it.
I just feel bad that you're out there because it's like hot now.
It does get hot.
Yeah,
it does get hot.
And you can't run the air when you're recording.
True, but my office is a solid block of concrete, so it stays pretty cool.
Oh, really weird.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about your cartoon.
But then, well, I'm not gonna. I don't know that I can tell people about the cartoon. But
it's for kids, though. We can say that.
Yes.
It's not an adult. Like you did BoJack, that's like adult.
Yes, this is for kids. Yes. But the big news for me this past week was I finally got to pet my dog friends.
Oh, that's right. You did.
We go for walks around the neighborhood separately, together. On my walks, I discovered these 2 dogs. First, I thought they were girls. Found out they were boys.
They're so cute.
There's a big old... He's old because he's got that white face.
He's like a
yellow lab.
Oh, is he a lab?
I think he's a lab, yeah.
He's not retriever of sort.
Well, isn't it Labrador Retriever? I should know.
Well, because you just
but
went.
I
You
know.
just went to the doggy groomer.
That's right. They tell the dog. They tell the dog their breed.
Okay.
And there's another. So that's Thomas is the lab, and then
he's cute.
his little buddy Max. I don't know how old Max is, but Max is a little. He's a little yappy dog, like a Yorkie terrier kind of. Yeah. And they're very sweet dogs, and they're always hanging out together. They're always right next to each other all the time. And so finally, I realized, I found a box of surgical gloves that I bought for a prop for something.
Which come in handy now.
Comes in handy now. Lab coats, surgical gloves. Look,
Jesus,
we could do. Janie and I are doing shot-for-shot remake of ER
honestly,
in our home.
Oh my God, that would actually be great.
I was talking to my friend Nicole Parker, who's my co-host of the Neighborhood Listen.
Yes.
We were talking, because she comes from improv, and we were talking about how when you do sketch stuff, it's very hard to throw things away, to get rid of things.
Because you think you might need it.
You always think you might need it.
Right.
And so there's a lot of things that...
So she has a bunch of stuff too.
She does too. She has a bunch of wigs, glasses, shit like that.
Oh my God! Because
she put it into. They just had a baby, so she put it into storage.
Which that's
she
bad
kept
news.
it.
You know what? That's bad news.
What's bad news?
To put
Having a baby? I agree.
No.
0 population growth.
To put stuff into storage.
I mean, I did that briefly.
That's a road down a bad. That's a bad road. Oh, Paul just poured himself some old weekend. What?
Well, it's the weekend. It's the freaking weekend. So I remembered we had that box of surgical gloves. I put one in my pocket, and I walked over there, and those guys were out there. I was so like the day before when I had the idea, I was like, "Oh wait, I think I have surgical gloves." The little one, Max, saw me coming from the end of the block and like went up to the fence and started barking.
Oh my God!
It made me so happy. And so I put a glove in my pocket. I went over there. They greeted me at the fence, and I started petting them, and it was the best.
Because remember, we were like, I was like, I think you can pet stranger animals now, and we weren't sure, so we went online, and nothing said for sure.
Yes.
That you like couldn't give COVID or get COVID.
Yeah.
It was like most likely not, but it like not like that's like the problem with COVID. Like you try to research anything, there's there's literally nothing definitive.
And it's a two-way street. It's like it's not so much that I'm afraid something's going to happen to me, but it's like, what if I happen to have it and I don't even know?
You gave it to the owners somehow.
Yeah, exactly. So put on this glove, and I recorded it. It's on my Instagram. I started petting this dog, Thomas, who's the big one, and he was loving it. And then I was like, let me pet Max. And then Max came up, and I tried to pet him, and the big one kept knocking the little one out of the way.
I saw that on your Instagram, and I was like, oh my God.
He is a scoundrel.
It's so funny.
It was cracking me up.
Well, because he's like so much bigger.
Yeah, he knows he can do it. He just would knock this poor little dog out of the way.
Oh my God.
But that is all there on my Instagram. But it was so satisfying and joyous, and it was a really wonderful thing to happen.
It makes you think we should get a dog, right?
No. There's a dog I can go visit anytime I want.
That's not the same thing.
I know. That's what's great about it.
Paul won't let us get a dog.
Here's what happens. Janie will say we should get a dog. I will talk about the realities of having a dog, and then Janie doesn't want to get a dog anymore. Is that not true?
I want you to indulge in poor judgment along with me. But every single time you like stick to your guns with logical and sound judgment.
Yeah.
And I guess, it's a good personality trait about certain things.
About certain things.
But like, if we got a dog and it was the worst decision we ever made,
Yeah.
Would you then be like, I fucking told you so?
I mean, I would fight that urge, but I don't know how long I could hold out. What if we got a dog and it broke our marriage apart?
I wonder. Because
if we were to get a dog, what kind of dog would we get? Here's the let's figure out what dog would we
wait,
want.
This is more a conversation you've allowed us to have about
it. What dog, if we're blue skying here, what dog would we want the most? And then what dog would make the most sense for our lifestyles?
You mean like if we're blue skying it, like I can be like, I want a designer dog.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
First you start off with the sky's the limit.
Well, I love English bulldogs.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That would be your number one.
But if I'm really going to look at getting a dog.
I'm saying that would be your number one.
Yes.
Okay. My number one would be a Saint Bernard.
What the fuck?
Saint Bernards are the best.
They're so fucking big.
When you see a Saint Bernard, it's like seeing a celebrity. When you see one out in the world, it's exciting.
Well, they save people. They wear these little barrels around their necks.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
They're constantly doing that.
Yeah. Okay, but
I love St. Bernards.
The truth of the matter is, if we were to get a dog, we would have to rescue a dog, and we wouldn't be so picky.
Exactly. Now, see, we start out.
You can rescue a bulldog, though. Like you can look and you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But purebreds in general are bad news.
That's true. I remember I knew people who got a Dalmatian. They adopted a Dalmatian, and the Dalmatian was so emotionally fraught.
Yes, like a nervous Nelly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I told you about my stepbrothers. That they had that Dalmatian that got hit by a fire truck. Sorry.
What?
Sorry. Wait, so they had that damn Dalmatian. Well, like Rose got that.
Did you say the Dalmatian got hit by a fire truck?
Yeah. That happened. Yeah.
Was the Dalmatian trying to
I don't know.
Get on the fire truck?
I don't know. And my stepbrother doesn't talk to me anymore, so that's a whole other situation. But what? Should I edit that out?
Probably.
Why? He knows he doesn't talk to me.
I know, but
okay. You know I'm not going to edit it out because I don't feel like it.
You know what? Fucking fair enough.
Fucking doing post-production. You think other people don't have family members that stop talking to them?
If you're fine with it, I'm fine with it.
I'm not fine with it. I'm just saying it's a reality.
I think we're talking about two different things now. I'm talking about the podcast.
No, but I'm saying it's a reality, and therefore it can be uttered aloud.
Absolutely. That's fine. That's fine by me.
Look, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith just went on the internet to talk about how she fucked some other guy.
Now, here's the thing. I did not know what this was about. I kept seeing pictures, just a picture of them sitting at a table.
The red table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess he's on her. I'm dimly aware that she has some sort of show.
Okay, so here's what
I guess he was on the show.
Okay, so.
And now I find out that she fucks some other guy?
Not child, but.
I beg your pardon.
I want to say child. I would just say he was like a friend of her grown sons or something, from what I understand.
Oh, my God.
Listen.
Like underage?
No.
Okay.
No.
But.
No.
Like in his 20s?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Hey, if you look like Jada Pinkett Smith, I guess the sky's the limit for you. You don't have to adopt a mutt. You can get a pure breed.
Here's what's really funny, is that I retweeted a picture that this very funny comedy writer that I follow, Broti Gupta. She's really, really funny.
I think I follow her too, actually.
Yeah, she's great.
Mm-hmm.
And she tweeted a picture of herself, like very poorly photoshopped in between them, and saying this lunch was awkward. And I was like,
you didn't know exactly what it is.
I didn't know all
about.
of it. I was like, okay, I sort of know she has a show. I guess he went on, and I guess they got into something personal. This is funny enough. I feel like I know enough to enjoy this and also share.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know,
I feel like my instincts are great.
I know nothing. I know nothing.
My context clues.
You know how like sometimes things are like trending and then you'll be like, what is this? And then you have to see what it is.
And you know what the most useless
That's
thing is? It's a fucking hashtag.
Oh, I know.
When something's trending, you don't know what's happening, and then there's a hashtag, you click on that hashtag, and it's all people are going like, man, he's not coming back from this one. And there's no information.
From what? Yeah, I know. I know it's the worst. And half the time I have to click on it just to make sure the celebrity didn't die. You know what I mean?
Half time I have to click on it to make sure they did.
Like, I guess, like, Armie Hammer was trending, and I was like, oh, shit. Like, did
Why
he die?
was he trending?
Because he's getting a divorce. He's divorcing his... They are divorced. All right, so anyway, I don't know anything about Jada and Will. I know nothing. But I did click on...
We haven't seen them in years.
All I know is that is he in Scientology or was there something? Or
I don't know. I think
there was something about Scientology there.
I think Scientology was courting him, but I don't think he fully embraced it.
And then they spread rumors that he was gay or something because...
What, Scientology did?
Okay, so like Scientology will get like dirt on you.
No, hold on a second. You don't have to explain Scientology to me. I'm saying, is that who did that?
I don't know who did it. Probably the same person that said Morgan Freeman was dating him.
What if
his
it
granddaughter.
was the same person?
But like the idea was like, oh, he's gay, and so Scientology is gonna like blackmail him,
Right,
or something.
Yes.
And so all I know,
that seems to be a practice of theirs.
Yeah, and they're and they're just like uber famous, like celebrities, and I didn't even know anything about them or anything. And then I guess this guy who was like a friend of the family's came out and said, I'm tired of lying anymore. Something like that. I'm tired of lying. Me and Jada had an affair, and basically like he went on vacation with the family because he's like friends with the kid or something. And it was like even during then they were having, you know, their romance or whatever.
Wow.
And then everyone was like, this is my interpretation of it, of not really following along. Mm-hmm. Everyone was like, oh my God, you know, he's a liar, he's crazy, blah, 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 blah. Because like there's like a 20-something year, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess the outcome of it was that she has this talk show on Facebook or something, and her and Will Smith went on together, and basically she said, yeah, it happened, the affair happened, it happened during, like, they were like separated, her and Will Smith were separated. And
which did the public know about?
I don't think we did.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think we did, because that would have been like all over.
They hid that from us.
All over People magazine. So anyway, so basically they like it happened then, and then it was during that time that they decided to work on their. How do I even know this? Like I literally did not watch any of this stuff. I watched it.
Your retention skills are unparalleled.
They decided to work on their marriage, and I guess this guy was like collateral damage because he like loves her. He like fell in love with her, you know? Because he's like 23.
Dum-dum in his 20s? Yeah.
23, and she's a fucking movie star, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and like, I'm sure he was like powerless in terms of his. I mean, it's like when Monica Lewinsky was in love with Bill Clinton. I mean, it's like the same.
Yes.
It's the same thing, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like there. Of course, the lower status person is going to just imprint.
Yeah, and the person with less experience in life.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so that's what that was. Why did I bring that up again? Oh, because I said I had a certain family member. So I said, I was airing my dirty laundry. And I said, well, like Jada and Will.
You, like this 23-year-old boy, you're tired of lying.
I'm tired of, listen. Yeah, I don't know.
Also, I just want to say, nobody in their 20s is tired of lying. That's like peak lying time. When you're in your 20s.
You know what I think it was is that he was
That's the time to do it. When you're in your 20s. Lie your ass off. Make shit up about yourself.
I think, you know what, I will say this. There is an interesting gender reversal of like Monica Lewinsky keeping her affair with Bill as secret as possible, like going to her grave with it until dumbass Linda Tripp or whatever. But like this guy is like, hey, Twitter, like I fucked Jada and I love her. And, you know, I'm just saying that's an interesting, I know it's like not enough to draw. It's that,
and it's also the difference between politics and show business of like, you know.
Oh, that's true. Like it's a little more acceptable.
Like, this is very, we got to. It also makes it more. I think it makes. I don't know. We're getting into the psychology of these people, but
I don't know if he was tired of lying as much as he was just trying to make a play. He was.
Yes, of course he was.
He was trying to make a play for Jada.
Tired of lying.
He just wanted to make a play. He was like, he probably was like, I don't know what the truth is because I obviously didn't watch The Red Table.
He probably convinced himself that this was going to make it happen.
Yes.
That if I say this and blow everything up, then
if I'd blow it up,
then she will have no choice but to come and be with me.
I mean, what a mess, though. Like, what a mess,
honey.
Kind of
understatement of the century.
Like, I think it's fine to whatever. I can't.
You think it's fine to what? I think it's fine to fuck your friend's mom.
No, I just saying, like, it sucks, I think, for them that they had to go on some public forum to say, like, we were separated and blah, 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 blah.
I don't think they had to go on the red table to do that.
Well,
I think they could have handled it some other way.
They probably could have, I guess, but,
This is how they do things in the Smith family.
I don't know. I'm not going to do it. Like, is there going to be I don't want to be like a very special episode of Stayfhomekins where you're like, I'm going to talk about my affair or whatever.
Wait, you're not going to do what?
I'm not going to do a special episode of Stayfhomekins where you have to admit.
Can you also promise me you won't fuck any 23-year-olds?
Well,
can we make that promise to each other?
Look, no 23-year-old.
Let's do it. Right. Let's put it on the record.
Speaking of, Mary Kay Letourneau passed away this week. Did you see that?
She lost her battle with cancer.
Did you but then that was such a strange, what a strange story that thing was.
Yeah.
Like, what an odd and strange, and what a long drawn out. Like, it didn't end with her trial or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, they had children and lived and were married. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys know about that story. It happened like in the 80s or 90s. In the 90s or something.
So wild.
She was like in her 20s or 30s as a teacher. And she ended up like falling in love and having an affair with a 12-year-old student of hers.
Wait, he wasn't 12 years old.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. 12?
Yes. How old did you think he was?
I thought he was a teenager.
I
thought he was in high school.
Well, he might have been like a freshman or something, but he was 12. No, because 12.
12?
Yeah, he was like 12. I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up after we're done.
Computer.
No.
Tell us about Mary Kay Letourneau. No. Computer.
Tell us about it.
How old was Mary Kay Letourneau's lover?
No.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Whatever. Whatever. Computer. Computer.
You got her attention. Oh.
Computer. Oh, she's like, she's dancing. Oh, she's lit up?
Yeah.
Computer. How old was Mary Kay Letourneau's lover?
Mary Kay Letourneau died in Des Moines, Washington on July 6, 2020. She was
There's a Des Moines, Washington?
Did that answer your question?
No, but that's fine.
Hey, thanks, computer.
Go to...
Ew.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Okay, you just...
Take a look at the help section.
Hey, computer, you just, we're good. Just go to sleep.
This is the moment she becomes sentient.
I know, we got to really be careful with the AI.
Oh, God.
I will say this. I think it's very funny to yell at Alexas and Siris and all that stuff.
Paul gets so... When I, like, go nuts on my AI, he, like, loves it.
He so
loves
funny.
It so much. I don't know why it's funny to you.
It's just because it's so...
Because it's, like, one-sided emotional and other-sided, like, totally agnostic.
Do you know who else does it? They, Amanda London, Maria Blasucci on their podcast, The Big Ones.
Oh, yeah?
They haven't done it in a while, but they would ask Siri or they would ask Alexa something, and then when it's the wrong answer or... whatever, she just keeps going on, then they'll both start saying, "No, shut up, you dumb bitch."
That's funny.
It's really funny. Because maybe it's because you can't talk to people that way. It's the only time you can get away with that behavior.
That's how I feel. Like when I unload on my AI, it feels cathartic.
But then the revolution will come and the AI will remember.
I think that it'll be like we'll have like sort of like a dysfunctional relationship, and they'll like it.
I wish there was a way. Computer, when we call you names, we're just kidding.
Here's something I found on the web.
Computer, shut the fuck up. All right, we got to wrap this up.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we are so thankful for you listening to us. In fact, we have enjoyed all of your Gmails. We are at stayfhomekins@gmail.com.
Stayfhomekins on Twitter and stayfhomekins on Instagram.
Yes, thank you for following us. Thank you for engaging with us. Thank you for listening, and stay healthy. And some people have been nice enough to leave us 5-star reviews on iTunes. I don't know what that gets you in terms of something.
I mean, it raises the visibility of the podcast. It helps people find it more
Do we
easily.
Want anyone to find it?
That's a good question.
I mean, are we real?
Please don't tell anyone about this podcast.
We may just be cool with what we got. Don't want to branch out too much. I don't know. Wouldn't it be weird if we found out Dr. Fauci listens to our podcast?
Of all people.
What if he's it's so stressful right now trying to find a COVID vaccine?
I just want to listen to Stay Focused. I listened to it on Friday
He has more
night.
of a scratchy voice.
I'm doing my best. Jesus. You're going to shame my Fauci impression in front of the listeners?
That was not a good Fauci. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. I tell you what.
Have you even listened to Dr. Fauci once this pandemic?
I will. Name 5 of his albums. I will. Here's my pledge to you, the listener. I'm going to work on my Dr. Fauci impression, and by next week, it's going to be pitch perfect.
Yes.
Honey, your dream came true.
Yes. You know what? I do think Dr. Burks sounds like Rachel Dratch.
Okay. All right. I want to listen to that too.
So Rachel Dratch, if she listens, she could do a Dr. Burks.
There you go. I never got past her outfits, her sort of...
Someone on Facebook said she dresses like Maude.
I think that's an insult to Maude. The first time I saw her, it was very Hunger Games to me. Hey, look, I think she's a fashionable lady.
Listen, I know, I get in people being upset with the doctors, but they're the doctors.
The TV show, The Doctors.
Oh my God. What if they were in charge of the vaccine? Who are those people? Isn't one of them is Dr. Oz a person? That's somebody.
Dr. Oz is a person. He has his own show.
Is he the guy with the hair like Harry Hamlin?
So specific. I think so.
Is that him?
I think so.
Did you know, like, Dr. Phil was, like, saying we didn't, at the beginning of the pandemic, was, like, you know, go out and party at the whatever.
Here's a weird secret
Something
about Dr.
weird.
Phil. He's a dumb goon.
There was a time when I was like, oh, Dr. Phil, he's wise.
Okay. This is a good time to stop.
And then I was like, oh.
Then the scales fell from your eyes and you realized Dr. Phil's a dumb
like
goon.
a week later. Oh, by the way, did you know that he got millions in PPP? PPP.
What?
The PPP. The loan. The PPP.
No, what? Why? Okay.
Wait, you don't know all of this about the PPP?
I know some. How do we go from I didn't know about Dr. Phil getting this money to you don't know what this is?
No, about all of the Richies getting it.
No, I knew that. I didn't know that Dr. Phil was one of them.
He didn't personally get it. His production company did, but like, did he?
Still.
But my whole point is this: was there any interruption in his production?
Who cares? Look, if
You
Shake
can-
Shack
you
gives
can't-
it back, you give it
You
back.
can't keep your payroll solvent as a goddamn syndicated fucking 20-something
I feel like
year.
we were so close to the end of the
We are.
episode.
Okay. Everybody, thank you.
Thank you for listening. We love you. We'll be back next week. And until then, stay safe, stay sane, and stay inside.